Good morning, everyone. It's Rose Coleman coming to you live from my craft room here in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. It is Thursday, and I titled my post today, my live today, Let's Pivot. Let's pivot, just like from Friends when Ross said, pivot. We're going to pivot today. And why am I pivoting? Because I had planned to use the Storybook Moments 12 by 12 designer series paper on my card today. However, I don't like to use things that are not available. And right now, that paper is currently unavailable. It's coming back, but I want to share with you something that you can use in your craft room right now if you have it, or you can order it, and it will work so nicely with the Storybook Garden Patch dies and stamps. Okay, so we're gonna play with that bundle, my bundle of the week, again today, and we're gonna make a fun card. And I haven't even made this card; it's all up here, so we'll see if we can make it go from here to paper. We'll see. How are you doing? I love it when you join me, and I love it even more when you share with me where you're joining me from. It's always good to know who's with me. I'm just going to see if any of the comments are working today. If you could leave me a comment or a thumbs up or heart or something, then I can see that I see that I'm live. So hopefully everything is good on your end as well. If you have connection issues, sometimes it's just a Facebook thing, and sometimes leaving the live and coming back again resets your computer. Hi, Mary. Thank you so much for commenting. I see your comment. Awesome. Sometimes leaving and just coming back resets everything, and then you can be refreshed again. Hi, everyone. Thank you for the love. I appreciate it. Got my coffee in my Create mug, and that is exactly what I'm doing today. I like Thursdays. I like to have Thursdays as a design day, a day to plan, to make new cards, and to design, right? Just to have a day of creativity. I like to carve that into my schedule so that I know when it's going to be and I can look forward to it. Hi, TJ. Thank you for being here. Yes, it is definitely warming up. I can feel it. As soon as I woke up and stepped out of bed this morning, I could feel, that the air, I wasn't outside, of course I was in my bedroom, but I could feel that it wasn't as cold outside. So the sun is shining, the temperatures are going to warm up. I'm not going to say that winter is behind us because I know better. I've lived here long enough, but we will take every nice day that we can, one day at a time. Let's see. Hello, Annika. Hello, Dorothy. Hello, Cindy. Thank you for being here. Okay, so today I have my video now at 9, and then at 10:30 I will be live over on my YouTube channel. So I invite you to join me over there. I'm going to be sharing the Technique Club cards, the demonstration of those cards. There's going to be 3 cards. We are playing with Toadstool Garden, and this month we are featuring all fun folds. Okay, cards that move, rock, pop, twist, all the movement stuff, right? We're going to dance. Well, we're not going to dance on the video. Maybe I will. I don't know. I love to dance. But the cards all do something. They're all interactive, right? And who doesn't love a good interactive card? Which is why I always like to join you every single week here on Fridays for Fun Fold Fridays. And usually those cards are interactive and they move or they do something, right? Pop, twist, slide, glide. We've done it all, right? Spin. We've done spinner cards. There's so many techniques that you can learn. And I love to join you live with a new one every single month. My club members, they get these card kits ahead of time so that they're ready. They can watch live today, or, it's free to watch. Anyone can watch the video. But if you want to get the card kits in the mail or the PDF, it is a requirement to make that minimum in Canada. It's a $40 order, and you can reach out to me and I'll let you know what the host code is. Right now we do have the host code, so I'll let you know what that is, and you can go on over and place an order with me. If you are in the United States, my partner in crime for this class is Christine Bertram, and I invite you to reach out to Christine because she did message me yesterday. She has some kits left for this class. So if you want to see what that's all about, come join me at 10:30. Over on my YouTube channel, just go to YouTube and type in Stamping with Rose Coleman and subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss out on anything, and I'll see you there in a bit. But let's get started on this card today. We're going to put the coffee down so we don't spill it. and we'll get started here. It is still celebration, guys. We can still get free things. Such an exciting time of the year. I don't want it to end. The last day of celebration is next Friday, the 28th of February. So you still have time to get all of those free things on your wish list. If you've seen all of the items, if you haven't seen them, go to the website and check it out. There are so many things you can choose from right now for free, absolutely free. Alrighty, so let's flip the camera and point you down at my work surface. I got a lot of stuff on my desk today to share with you. And thank you for sharing my video. If you would like to share, just hit that share button. It puts stamping in front of more and more people. And that is what's in my heart, is to share this amazing hobby with more and more people so that they can understand and feel the joy of card making and scrapbooking and gift giving, home decor, treat boxes, all of the things that we love to do, right? Okay. You would not believe what I've got on my desk. I got a lot of stuff here. Hi, Lori. Hello. Yes, it's later for Annika over there in the Netherlands. We're just getting started here, but it's supper time for Annika. I know, it's crazy, the time difference across the world, but I thank you for taking the time to join me, no matter where you're joining me from. It's such an honor to be here with you and to have you spend a little bit of time with me. If you're watching the replay, thanks for coming back to watch the replay. I appreciate that so much. All right, here we go. Let's flip this camera, point you down at my work surface, and we're going to play with one of my favorite colors. It's not Mellow Mambo, my second one. I think it's probably my second favorite color. Let's get started here. Okay, we're flipping and we're pointing you down at my work surface, and there we have it. We have Blackberry Bliss. Hello, Maggie. We have Blackberry Bliss, and we're going to pull in some different veggie paper because the other paper is not available right now. The Storybook Moments 12 by 12 specialty paper is currently not available. However, do not forget about the annual catalog. The annual catalog has some beautiful papers, and I was looking through my stash and I'm like, oh my goodness, we got veggies here. We have veggies, we have carrots, we have lettuce, romaine lettuce, hot peppers, beets, tomatoes, radishes, you name it, right? So this is my pivot today. We're going to make this card using the, instead of using the Storybook Moments Designer Series paper, we are going to use, let me tell you the proper name, it's called To Market 12 by 12 paper. So let me bring that in and show you what it looks like. If you are new to Stampin' Up, perhaps you haven't even seen this. It's in the annual catalog. This paper is gorgeous. And you can get a stamp set and the dies to go with it and everything. But let me show you what this paper looks like in case you need a little refresher. Some of you probably bought it when we got our new catalog last year in May. And you know, every year Stampin' Up retires things from their annual catalog. So I'll be sad when they retire. If they retire, maybe they'll keep this paper. You never know, right? So, hi Lynn from Ottawa. Good morning, good morning. Check out this one with the bags on it. I love this. The different bags and baskets. And do I have it? Yes, okay. It is Market Goodness. This is not the stamps that I'm using today, but you can get this. It coordinates with the paper, the stamps, and check it out. You can cut out your own bags, and all of the images, you know, the lettuce and all those veggies are here as well. So definitely one that will be a nice coordination if you purchase my bundle of the week that I'm featuring this week is the Storybook Garden Patch. Look at that. Isn't that cool? So we're going to play with these stamps and dies because that's my product of the week. But we're going to play with this paper. So let me flip through and show you. We've got this one with the packages on it, the bags, and the shopping bags. And then the flip side has, look at the Blackberry Bliss plaid. We're going to use a little piece of that. We've also got this one here. That's with the veggies. And I've got a piece on my card base here, 4x4. Hello, Jennifer. Hi, Betty. Hello. And then we've got all kinds of little pieces here. Check out the tomatoes on a vine. I love it. Love this paper. Good morning, Jennifer. Then we've got a garden green subtle background here. It's got little tiny crosses on it. And then I bought several packs of this paper because I love it so much. Okay, so that's the same pattern. There's a gift bags. Then we've got, check out this one with the clusters of flowers. And the flip side of that one has a beautiful soft suede. Yes, rich tones, Dory. Yep, you nailed it. Jennifer says it's only minus 13. The perspective, right? Only minus 13. Okay, so we've got another pattern here with beautiful flower clusters, and the back side, there's that soft suede. Oh, I said soft suede. Did you hear that? Remember yesterday I was talking about the cobwebs of my brain? That one came out of the cobwebs. It's not soft suede. We have pecan pie now. Look at this one. I love it. Oh, Alexina, thank you for joining us. You're back in Nova Scotia. Good. I'm so happy you made it back safe and sound. All the way across the country and you had no issues. That's great. There's nothing like coming home to your own bed, right? It's nice to see your family, but I bet you're happy to be home. Okay, so we've got another garden green pattern. Those bouquets are stunning. We've got more of the tomatoes here and more garden green. You can tell I have used and loved this paper, and we're going to use it and love it again today. Okay, so for my card kit, let's get started here. We've got Blackberry Bliss, 8.5. Nope, it's not 8.5. It is 4 1/4 by 11. And I've scored it at 6 3/4 and 5 1/2. So it's going to go together like this. It's going to be a side opening card. But that score line there, we're going to actually anchor that down because this is going to be a book bind fold. So let's just lower down a little bit more. Found this one again and forgot how pretty it was. Yes, Maggie, isn't it gorgeous? I mean, Blackberry Bliss is one of my favorite, absolute favorite all-time colors. I love it. And I'm so excited that I can pair this with the new Storybook Garden Patch, right? It's so cool. Okay, so this cardstock has been cut and scored, but I have one more score line I want to make, and that's going to be on the diagonal from this point down to here. So let's pop that into the trimmer. We're lining up the corner with that first score line there. And then make sure I use my light gray scoring tool. I'm moving my blade out of the way because I don't want to accidentally cut this. I want to score it. All right, so your cards that you get from me this week will already have these score lines on them ready to go. And then we're going to take this 4x4 piece and we're going to put it into the trimmer, and I'm going to cut that on the diagonal as well. So I'm putting that in, and the best way to cut this so that your blade doesn't hit the corner and snag is to bring the blade over your piece of DSP. So I'm making sure it's in the track, both points. I'm going to pierce it in the middle. Pierce your paper in the middle, double check you're on the right spot, okay? And then I'm going to go up and back. I have learned the hard way. If you put a little teeny point into the track and then you pull your blade down on it, it's such a tiny little corner that what sometimes happens is it hits it and it snags it, and then your paper is ruined, right? So don't let that happen. So these are the two triangles that are going to go on the front of the card. I also need, if I'm doing some cutting, I need some white pieces. So let me grab some white cardstock. Hi, Kathy Clark. Thank you for being here. So my white cardstock, I'm going to need a 4x4 piece. This is for the inside of the card. So pretty easy measurements here. So 4 by 4, like that. And then let's clean up a little bit here. Boy, I got a lot of pieces. I don't need these ones right now, so I'll move those out of the way. So I got a 4x4 piece of white, and that's for the inside. Okay, let's do some burnishing and some gluing here. So let's bring in my glue, get my glue ready, and get my bone folder. I'm going to score the center score line. Then I'm going to score that other score line that's going to be anchored down, and then I'm going to fold on this diagonal score line. This is the fun. This is an Easel book bind. Okay, so it's a book bind because we're going to bind this together here on the side. So I'm going to grab my glue, and we're just going to put a little bit of glue in here on this panel, like that. Make sure you, I said a little bit, but you know, enough to hold those two pieces of cardstock together. So glue that down. Give it a second to adhere, and I'm just going to put my little glue container on there, and then the two triangle pieces I'm going to get my glue on. So let's go ahead and put the glue on these pieces, and we'll get those anchored down, as well as the spine piece. So that little Blackberry Bliss plaid pattern, I have that in 1 inch by 4 inch. So let's bring that in and get some glue on it. And then my inside piece, I'm not going to anchor down quite yet, because we'll probably do some stamping. And you guys know that I learned the hard way, right? Don't stamp and then don't stick before you stamp. And I'm not sure what happened with this piece, but it's got a little bit of a shaggy piece right there. I'm not sure what that is, but I'm just going to bring in my snips and clean that up. If you have a file or an emery board in your craft room, that comes in handy if you get any shaggy bits on your edges. You can sand that off. You know, years ago, Stampin' Up! Used to sell these little sanding blocks, and I still have some I keep in the drawer next to my desk. But you could take those and you could shave off the little pieces. Don't waste your cardstock. There's always a way to fix it. Okay, so this one here is going to go on the spine of my book, right? It's a book bind. Okay, so that's that. And then we're going to take this piece. Now, my romaine lettuce, I can tell because I cut it right in half there. Not in half, but like I've cut it there. So I want to make sure I line this up properly. So this corner piece is going to go up here, like so. And then our other piece will go down here, like this. And you know what? This design can be used with any of your products you have at home. This is why I titled my video Pivot, because you can pivot. You can change your design and use something else. That is the beauty of Stampin' Up! Products. They always coordinate, and you can always have a nice, successful experience when you use Stampin' Up! Products. Okay, this is going to be the inside. Now for the front, for the focal point, I want to bring in one of my favorite die sets. And I was looking at this die set. It's the Spotlight on Nature bundle. This is from the annual catalog, and you definitely want to have these amazing dies in your life. They are out of this world. You get a set of 12 of these circles, and they're all different. They all have different edges on them. I've used these all the time. And today what I want to use is this one right here. We're going to use that one. So you'll get this in your kit. I'm going to cut one of these with basic white. But before I do, I want to cut this out of basic white, but I also want to have something from the garden, the Storybook Garden Patch. So I'm in love with this die, the one that cuts out the soil with the little indentations. So I thought, okay, what are we going to do with this? I already went ahead and I cut a scrap piece of pecan pie. I put this die on top and I ran it through my machine. So I've got my hill, my little pecan pie hill. And what we're going to do is take this piece, and you're already going to get this already done, but I want to share with you how I'm doing this. So I'm just going to snip it. You don't even have to snip it, actually. I'm going to glue it. I'm just going to take it and glue it. And if I can get my glue flowing again here. It dried up on me, little bits. Okay, let's pull that off, and we're just going to add the glue. Maybe. Oh! That scared me. It came out so fast. Okay, so we're going to clean that up. That's way too much glue. So, silicone mat to the rescue. Maybe. My silicone mat. I had it. I promise. I had it. Okay, it's here. See, I told you I had a lot of stuff on my desk, right? I was not lying. Maybe I was. Okay, so let's move this out of the way. And this. Boy, oh boy. Okay, we're not going to worry about it. We're not even going to worry about it because it's not worth worrying about. Because if you get a lot of glue on your cardstock like this, you can just grab a scrap piece. If your silicone mat takes coffee break when you go live, you can just grab a scrap piece of paper and just smoosh it, okay? Smoosh it off. Get that extra glue off if you don't want it. There. So I don't want that much glue. I don't want it to be too messy. And then I'm going to throw this out because that is going to be an accident waiting to happen. Okay, so what I want to do now is take this piece of pecan pie. We're going to put it onto the white. And then we're going to take this die and we're going to put this over top so that we're going to get that hilly bit at the bottom of my circle. You see what I'm doing? So I've got it like this. And then I've done something that I shouldn't have. I glued this down. You can't see the hill. Well, you could keep it that way, but that's not what I was wanting to do. Boy, my videos are turning into like what not to do, right? But I want to show you what not to do or the right way to do it. Okay, so I wanted the hill, but I didn't. I forgot to pull this piece off and I glued it down. Okay, so we can fix this. We have choices here. I got glue on it. My goodness gracious. What is happening this week? Let's just blot this glue off. I'm coming up with solutions as I go here. And you could start over. I'm tempted to do that, but I kind of want to see if I can get this glue off and salvage it. I don't think I can. I don't think I can. So guess what? We're just going to do this. We're going to trim. And we're going to, if you're watching the YouTube replay, this is how you fix things. Sometimes you just got to start over, okay? So we're going to make a hill. So let's cut a hill. We're going to do all of this and I'll show you. So make sure, if you're at home and you're doing this card, you want to make sure that your piece of pecan pie is at least the width of the circle that you're using, okay? So let's do that. Let's get a piece of pecan pie. And one little tip about these dies, you want to make sure that they're clean. They don't have any cardstock stuck inside them because you will not have a successful experience that way either if that happens to you. So Rose needs another piece of pecan pie. So let me grab that. And usually happens to you with a new bottle of glue. You know what? And when the temperature, so the sunshine is shining in my window, and when the temperature rises in my craft room, I find the glue flows like really, really fast as well. Anybody else find that? Yeah, it's kind of like, I don't know. Maybe that's what's happening to the glue, but it really came out. It really oozed out quickly, didn't it? Okay. So we're just going to grab a piece of scrap. And this die measures, let's see here, it measures about 3.5. So let's just trim this pecan pie. I'm going to trim it to 4 inches. And we're going to cut that one out, okay? So we're going to trim that so that we get the hill. A cute holder. Oh, this holder here for my glue? I got that at Buc-ee's in Houston last year for when I went for on stage. We had to find a Buc-ee's to get souvenirs. Someone told us if you want souvenirs, you got to go to Buc-ee's. So that's what we did. Me and my team that were there. Oh my gosh, we had so much fun, you guys. And we found a Buc-ee's and that's what we did. We got some different things and it's a silicone. It's like a shot glass, right? I mean, Buc-ee's, if you live in the States, you know what I'm talking about, right? Like Buc-ee's has everything. So I looked at this and I thought, what could I use? Because you're always thinking about what can you do with your stuff in your craft room. And I bought this for my glue. And it reminds me of the happy time I had at on stage with my team. Okay, we're going to cut this out. And we're going to come back and we're going to do some stamping. I'm just going to do this off camera. You guys know what I'm doing. I'm just going to put it on the machine. And we're going to get the hill again, okay? Hi, Divine. Hello. Thank you for joining. Divin. I'm sorry, Divin. I said your name wrong. It's kind of par for the course what's happening over here today. All right, so there we go. We're going to just... Let me bring this in. I might as well show you what I'm doing. I am putting this onto the machine like that. I'm going to put the lid on, the top on. You use a shot glass too for your glue, Laureen? Yep. It's a great idea, isn't it? Yes, I sure am, Jennifer. Me and my team will be there. I'm wearing my team shirt today. I don't know if I showed you guys my Ink-Sided Canadians shirt. So you'll have to look for us and come say hi. We love to meet new demonstrators, new friends. Okay, so we're going to trim this, and this is what I was supposed to do in the beginning of my video. All right, so we've got our soil. We're going to put that on here like this, and I want to put this on top, and we're going to die cut through both pieces. This is what I was trying to do. So I'm going to add a tiny bit of glue to the bottom down here, and we're going to put this on to our white piece. like that. And then we're going to put the die over top. See, this is what I wanted to do. All right, so make sure you don't go off the edge of your white. You want to make sure you've got all your pecan pie in there. And now I'm going to hold this down with some Post-it tape. Okay, so I'm going to take 2 pieces here. And we're going to do this. Make sure that I'm in a good position. See that? Okay, let me hold that close so you can see. Ah, yes, hopefully you will next time, Jennifer. Next time. Okay. Okay, so there's what we got going on. We got our die, we got the hill underneath, and we're going to die cut over this. All right, so now I'm going to pop this on, and let's do this again. Like that. Crunch, crack, 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 crack. All the cracking sounds. Now, you can take this, you can flip it up, take a look on the back and make sure, did it cut? I can tell that it did, right? I might need to poke these little pieces out, but it did cut through. These dies are super strong. So let's take off the Post-it tape first. Let's move my machine out of the way, and we'll see what we've got here. So, don't want to rip my cardstock. Love the Post-it tape because it's very gentle on your cardstock. Okay, this is what I was looking for. This is what I was hoping for. So I'm just going to go ahead with my Take Your Pick tool and pop out these extra pieces of cardstock that I don't need. Just going to go around. I could have went forward and back. That would help as well. So you got a couple of choices. You can go forward and back with your machine. Crank it through and help it to die cut properly, or you can, I mean, it's not much I have to poke out here. It's just a few little spots, but there we have it. Do you like that? I think it looks fun. Love to combine my dies in different ways like this. So let's put this back with my Spotlight on Nature dies because I don't want to lose it. But you'll get this piece. I'll send it to you already cut out. But you do need to have your own garden patch dies, right? Okay. This, my friends, is going to be the focal point of my card. It's going to sit right here. Now, this is going to be an easel. So it's going to sit like this, kind of like a fun fold on a Thursday, hey? It's going to sit like this. So when I put it down, I'm only going to put glue on the bottom, on this bottom portion. So we can actually... We're not going to do that quite yet because I want to do my stamping and stuff first. So let's bring in some scrap paper and we'll do some stamping. So I've got some scrap white from the Storybook Garden Patch stamp set. We're going to stamp the peas in a pod. I love this stamp. Okay, so we're going to stamp the peas, and let's see. We're going to stamp it twice. So let's bring in my Memento ink. And we'll stamp 2 peas. There's 1. And there's 2. All right, we got our peas. Okay. And now we're going to do a little bit of coloring. So we got a lot of greens we can choose from, right? So I brought in Granny Apple Green and Old Olive. So we're going to take the dark Old Olive, and I'm going to line the lines on my leaves with dark Old Olive. Do that quickly on both of these images. And then let's do, oh, no, that was light. Oh, that is dark Old Olive. Okay. I got 2 dark Old Olives. I have multiples of blends because I love them so much. These are all Granny Apple Green. Okay, so Granny Apple Green, let's finish off the leaves first. So we did dark Old Olive. Now we're going to grab light Old Olive. Also bring in Mossy Meadow if you wanted to. There's lots of different shades that we have, right? So we've got, what do I have here? Light Old Olive. So we're going to blend those leaves just a little bit. I want to keep the lines visible because it really adds to the look of the stamped image when you leave your lines there. Okay, so then I'm going to take this light Old Olive and we're going to add add that to the leaves that are touching the peas, like that. And then these little green peas that are in the pods, I don't know if you can see that. I'll hold it up close when I'm done coloring here. So I'm going to color them granny apple green. This is my dark granny apple green. So I'll come down here and color these ones. And all right, so there we have our little peas. And then we'll take our light granny apple green and we're just going to add a little pop of color to the outside. I love how these colors, like, they complement one another. The bright green for the vegetable, and then the greenery is in Old Olive. Okay, so now we're going to grab the die that cuts this out, which is, when we look at our dies here, here it is right here, and it fits right over top, as I would expect. There we go. And we're going to cut those out. I don't know if I need both of them, but we're going to cut both. Let's cut one at a time. And then, what else do we need here? While I'm doing this, if you're cutting, like, I don't like to cut one thing at a time, but that's kind of boring, right? So why don't we grab something else? What else could we grab from this bundle? How about the little gardening shovel? I love that little shovel. Let's see, spade, like some people call it a spade, maybe? I don't know. We're going to use it because we might as well. Okay, so let's grab my memento again, and we will stamp one of those, and then I won't feel like I'm wasting time. I'm doing something else, putting something else through the machine. Anybody else think that way? You got to maximize how much stuff you run through your machine, right? You might as well. Okay, so for that one, let's just bring in a little bit of smoky slate, and we'll color this up. And we'll run this one through the machine, and you bet there is a die for that guy. We're going to grab him, put him on top here, like so, and run that through. Okay, so a quick run through the machine, and we will have peas, and we will have a little garden shovel. Make sure you get all these little bits off your machine too, because they will affect your final product when you're running things through. Okay, putting our top piece on. You guys still with me? All right, so running it through. Now, we're gonna go ahead and pull these off. And we'll grab my scissors, snip away this one, put that back on. Got our little shovel here. Put that back. And there's my little green peas. Oh my God, they're so cute. Okay, so we got another patch of peas in a pod. And what do I store my blends in? Well, Elaine, I love the Stampin' Up storage that we have. You know, the tall ones. You can stack them very, very tall. But before Stampin' Up came out with that, I actually found some marker holders on Amazon. So, but I would recommend buying the ones from Stampin' Up because they are the best. And you can customize those. They're the same as like the ink pad holders. They're white and they have the tracks where you can put your blends in. So you can stack them high or you can stack them wide. It's totally up to you. I love, love, love that. So my holder is different. It doesn't give me that versatility. So I'm kicking myself, but I didn't know Stampin' Up was going to come out with them years ago. And yeah, so I would recommend the Stampin' Up storage. Anybody else here? Shout out for the Stampin' Up storage. Jennifer says, yeah. Yeah, Jennifer's shouting out for that. Get that one, Elaine, and you will save money because I know you're a demonstrator. You'll get a discount. Use your discount. Shop from your own store. You won't regret it. Okay, I'm running that through the second one. My second peas in a pod. Okay, and then we will move on to the rest of this fun card. Okay, Yeah, Cindy loves the SU holders. Yeah, big shout out for those. Thank you, Cindy. Love it. They are the best. I mean, Stampin' Up! Is the best, right? With everything. Let's face it. Okay, so now we got these images. Let's bring back our card base. We've got this piece here that we're playing with. And so we have to put a greeting on the front, right? And the Storybook Garden Patch is all images. So you can, that means you're free. Yeah, they're flat, exactly. And that's how they store in, they're like tracks. You can, then they will store horizontal. Yeah, you don't want to store your markers vertically because then the ink will be on one end and not the other. Okay, so we're going to bring in the Market Goodness, and we're going to use this one for our greeting. But what I want to do is bring in the rest of what I've got here. I've got my flower pot, my terracotta pot, and I have the accent for the pot. I've cut this out of copper clay. Copper clay. Where are you? Where are you? Yikes. Okay. Okay, so this is what I did. This is my proof that I did do it. I cut out both of these before I went on camera. And my accent piece has gone missing. But that's okay. Guess what? Because when you have the dies, my friends, you can just cut another piece, right? So we're going to grab this piece right here. This is what I need. And we're going to run that through. Oh my goodness. Okay. Don't need all these scraps. Run that through. And if I'm doing it again, I might as well grab another flower pot and do both. Okay. All right. I will look for it later. You guys know how that works. The gremlins will... It's a Thursday. I don't know. Gremlins, they don't even care what day it is. They come to tantalize me all the time. I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. I do it to myself. Okay. Let's see here. All right. One more time. You had the Amazon ones before. Yeah, me too. That's my story. And, you know, then when they came out with the new ones, I bought all the ink pad holders. I have one for every color family. I highly, highly recommend them. They are amazing. You can stack them tall. You can stack them wide. You can change them up. I take them on retreats. I wrap them up with shrink wrap when I go on retreats so that everything stays put. Nothing flies in my car. You know, I keep the markers and the ink pads right where they're supposed to be. It's been fantastic. Absolutely fantastic, those storage units. All right. So you know what? You could put storage units in your starter kit. That would be a fantastic idea. Love that idea. Get your craft room set up with a new starter kit. Okay, back to this. We've got our terracotta pot. Now you can stamp it, but I'm not going to stamp it today. I am going to just add a little shade of color. So I'm going to do a little tone on tone shading here. So we've got copper clay. So I'm going to grab my copper clay ink pad. And there we go. We're going to grab a brush. And we're just going to add a little bit of accent to it because it always looks better when you add ink, when you sponge or blending brush on the edges of things, right? So we're just going to add a little bit to the sides of the rims of these terracotta pots, like that. And then we're going to go all around the background image. You can come back to your glass mat and pick up some more ink because it's not going to dry. It'll just sit on the glass until you're ready to use it or pick it up with your hand, and you don't want that. So then we're going to just grab a baby wipe and wipe this up. All right, we're getting there, guys. Promise. Okay, here we go. So we're going to close. Should I use this ink? I'm going to move it off to the side. Now we need to do some gluing and our greeting, and the rest is the fun stuff. Okay, so glue. Got our glue. We're going to put the accent onto the flower pot. Just put a little bit on here. And one thing at a time, we're going to just go ahead and do this part. So just line up the sides. And if you do put it down and you're like, wait a second, that doesn't fit, flip it over. It goes a certain way. It goes this way. Okay, so there's the flower pot. So I thought I'd put the flower pot here, but then we've got the peas. We can put the peas into the, I think I'm gonna put one up here and then one down into the ground like that. Okay, so if you've glued this down, your little openings for your peas, you can use take your pick tool and just go ahead and open those up. And actually, you know what? I think I'll put the spade there and I'll put the peas here. How's that gonna look? Because we're digging them up, right? And then we'll put the pot right there. And then we can put them like that, maybe? Let's see. But I do want to put a greeting on here. So from the Market Goodness, you got a few options. We have hello. That would work. I'm thinking maybe that would be the best one. Thanks a bunch. If you don't want to put, you could put thanks a bunch if you want to make this a thank you card. You can also use for you, right? Bursting with happiness, if you want to use that, maybe on the inside. How about we use the hello? I like that. And let's make it all coordinate and bring in our Blackberry Bliss. So we'll pick up the stamp. I'm going to grab my Blackberry Bliss ink pad. We're going to stamp with Blackberry Bliss. Hello. Hello, veggies. All right, so let's go ahead very carefully, stamp straight down and straight up. Oh, I love it. Love, love it. Okay, so you could, I'm actually tempted to leave that off and just have an empty pot. That way it leaves more white space. All right, that's what we're doing. So I'm going to add my glue to my flower pot and my peas and the little shovel, and then we'll put this all into place. Okay, so we'll tuck that in here like that. We'll put the flower pot right here. This is all the fun decorative stuff, right? And then you get to arrange things the way you want them. So we'll put the peas right there. So fun. Okay, so this is going on here. And as I mentioned, because it's an easel, you don't want to put any glue on this top portion, right? So you could do this. You could take your circle, line it up on the front of the card the way you want it, and then flip it over, okay? So flip it over, and then I can see that hello through there. I'm going to add a little bit of glue right here on this part of the circle, and then when I flip it back over, oh my God, I give up. I got the glue on the wrong side. Oh gosh, what not to do. This video has been brought to you by... Okay, we're going to use our baby wipe. We're going to wipe it off. There we go. I did it. I wiped it with a baby wipe. My heavens. Okay, don't do that. Just do this. Just take it in your hand, flip it up, then do it like that. You know, some days... Do you remember I told you one time my dad used to sing that song? I forget who sang it. Some days a diamond, some days a stone. Some days a heartbreak won't leave me alone. I won't sing. I will spare you that today, my friends. But some days a diamond, some days a stone. I'm not kidding. I am kidding, of course. Today's not a stone. It's a good day. All right, we fixed it. We fixed it. We got the glue off before it set. Hello. Hello, friends. It's Thursday. Okay, let's open this card like this. Here's my 4x4 piece of white for the inside. I think I'm going to take those peas and put them in here because I think they'll look super cute and it'll coordinate everything. So, hello. What do you want to say on the inside? Well, that's entirely up to you. If you're going to use Market Goodness, you could say bursting with happiness. You could say thanks a bunch. I think I'm going to do thanks a bunch because I always need thank you cards. So let's do thanks a bunch. And I'm going to use the coordinating color. We're going to use Blackberry Bliss. And look at me. I remembered I'm not going to stick first. I'm going to stamp first. Oh boy. Say a prayer for me, friends. We have 3 fun fold cards on my YouTube live today. I hope that's going to be okay. I'm going to have to get a fresh coffee before that video. Come and laugh with me or laugh at me, whatever your preference. Okay, we're putting the peas. They're here. The gremlins are here. Because look at that. Look at that. I mean, where did that come from? This is why I don't stick it. I'm flipping it over. It's right there. Little tiny mark on my fingers. And we're wiping it off. Okay. Thanks a bunch. Thanks a bunch. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you if you're still here. I appreciate you so much. Alrighty, let's get those peas stuck down and we will put this inside the card and be grateful that we made it to the end. And I think it turned out. I think it did. Let's see. It ain't over till it's over. So here we go. Now, if you wanted to, you could cut another piece of 4x4 DSP and cut it in half, and then you'd have wedges for the inside. So you could decorate the inside of your card too, if you wanted to, right? So there's the front of our card. It opens like this, and then if you want to, you could put your peas up on dimensionals. It would add thickness to your card, but you could just curl your peas ever so slightly like that and make a little ridge. So there it is, my friends. We have a bookbind easel card for you today, and I will add, Lynn's laughing at me so hard. Thank you, Lynn. I mean, it's so nice to know I'm not alone in all of this, right? So it's not quite complete. We still need bling, right? Every card needs bling. So there's the inside. It does fold flat. It fits into your envelope. It's a normal size card, but let's add some bling. So I'm going to grab these purple shimmer. Thank you, Rebecca, for your support. I appreciate that so much. Purple shimmer. Now, purple shimmer, purple fine shimmer gems has Blackberry Bliss in it. I'm going to use those. See those? So you've got purples, and then you also have some Blackberry Bliss. So let's bring in 3 of those and bling this card up. So when you use Stampin' Up products, you know, you will have a fun experience, I promise. I'm just being goofy over here and things happen, but you know, that is life, right? We have to just keep on going, keep on moving. Could put one right there. Let's put them all on the greeting on the front part. There we go. You just got to keep on going and smile. And yeah, mistakes happen, but you can pivot and you can change. And I wasn't going to make this card with you today, but then when I found out that that paper, the designer series paper, is unavailable for now, it's coming back. You can pull in your designer series paper from the annual catalog, the two market 12x12 paper, and that matches so nicely with the Storybook Garden dies, right? In fact, both of these bundles, look how well they complement one another with all of the veggies, right? So beautiful. This one doesn't have tomatoes, but the Market Goodness does. This one has more of a beet, right? So thanks so much, everyone. Yeah, make a mistake and fix it and move on. You don't have to trash the whole card. You can change it and change up things. And I actually like how this card turned out. So great little hello and a thank you. Crafting is goofing around with paper. Yes, yes. And Dory, oh my gosh, Dory, that is so hilarious. I love it. Dory said it herself. Just keep swimming. Just keep on swimming. Let me flip you around. Let's see. Some cards are like that, especially while gluing. Yes, yes. You guys have been there, right? So thank you for your support and your encouraging words. It's never over. It's never the end of the world. You know, if you make a mistake. And I actually love this card. Probably my favorite one so far this week. So there you go. You never know, right? And I like how it sits up too, Maggie. Someone will put this on their mantle and think of you every time they look at it, that you took the time to make them a fun card, a fun fold card. And it's intuitive too, because like if you send this to someone who doesn't really know, like sometimes if you send a fun fold card that has all these moving parts, they might not know how to open it. But if you pop up your inside piece, it's kind of intuitive too. And there's a score line. They'll probably be like, wonder why there's a score line, and then they will like figure it out that it's an easel that sits like that. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. I appreciate you all so much. I hope you'll come back and watch me tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock for my Fun Fold Friday. It's real life crafting over here. Thank you so much. Real life crazy hair, crafting, mistakes, fixing stuff, and laughing through it all. So thank you for sharing this time with me. And I will see you tomorrow morning, hopefully. If not live, then on the replay. And what time is it? It's 9:52. I'll see you in about half an hour over on my YouTube channel. Thanks so much, everyone. Take care. Bye for now.